So welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes in Lincoln, Nebraska. And now time for the Class C Boys State Championship Showdown between the Wisner Pilger Gators and the Wayne Blue Devils. This, folks, is a rematch of last year's State Championship Showdown in Class C. Wayne Blue Devils come in 11-0 in the regular season. Wisner Pilger was the 8th seed overall. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll begin with the Blue Devils of Wayne. Dawson Olness is a senior. Trent and Trevor Bezo, juniors. Corey and Josh Dorlag, sophomore and a senior. Dylan Wieland, a freshman. And Joey Mirren, a senior. That's a look at the Wayne Blue Devils, coached by Dusty Baker. Here's the Wisner Pilger Gators by Krista Geese, Jake Schultz, Tyson Waterman, Philip Wolf, Drennan Hinkst, Matt Ferguson, and Tanner Schmidt. That's a look at the Wisner Pilger Gators. So, the Blue Devils, the defending state champs. This is the same showdown from last year. Wayne and Wisner Pilger battled last year for a state championship. And let's do it again. They're hoping this year to go Gator hunting one more time because they did it last year, winning it. Dusty Baker's team beat Wisner Pilger in 5 games last year, but it was a decisive 5th game win, 234 to 160 in the 5th game. Wayne went 5-0 in districts this year, 11-0 overall. They have a terrific tradition in Wayne. They made state in 06, 07, 09, and this year in 2010. Wisner Pilger just barely got into these state championships. It was a first ever in the history of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. You had 3 teams tie for the final wild card playoff spot. And Commissioner John Lucido made the decision to allow all 3 teams to come into the state tournament, but those 3 teams would be battling for the last and 8th spot to get into the bracketed 8-team Baker Showdown. And Wisner Pilger won that right. They won that showdown with the other 2 teams, so the Gators not only made it into the bracketed final, but all the way here to the state championship match for the 2nd year in a row. So we're underway in Class C, the final showdown of the day. On the boys' side, Drennan Hinkst for Wisner Pilger. This is Corey Dorlag for the Wayne Blue Devils. And Corey just sends that a little too far right. And now an early opportunity for the Gators to take the lead. Here's Drennan Hinkst. Junior, averaged 150 this year. Trying to convert the 10, he got it. It's an early lead to the Gators. Now up on the left lane for Wayne, Dawson Olness. Olness, a senior, averaged 165 this year. We saw Dawson last year, of course. Good shot, and the strike.
Well, these 2 teams very familiar with each other. Right down Highway 275 and a little bit north of there to go to Wayne.
Well, the Gators lost last year to Wayne. They do have some history. They've been here before. They won it all, won a state championship back in 2007. So not their first trip here into the finals. What an action-packed day it's been on the boys' side. Great shot there by the lefty. Trevor Bezo with a nice shot. He's just a junior. And part of those Bezo boys. Trying for the 210. Can't quite convert. Throughout the day, we've seen 5 defending state champions. We've seen 3 showdowns of rematches from last year's final and 3 other teams who were in it last year and just didn't quite get it done. Trying to come back and do it. This is a rematch, and also Wisner Pilger trying to avenge last year's loss. Shot by Matt Ferguson. Ferguson mixes them up and gets the strike.
Right in that track area of the lane, Larry. That's a good line to play right there.
Here's Trent Bezo, the lefty.
Got a little fast there. Lost the ball in the downswing.
Bezo boys did well also in Class C singles event, which was held as part of yesterday's qualifying. We'll take a look here momentarily as the teams switch sides in the fifth frame. We'll take a look at the single standings, and you'll see that the Biza boys finished second and fourth. Trent finishing fourth, Trevor second. Up on the left-hand lane now, Corey Dorlog comes in a little high and leaves the split. A little tight early on. See if Philip Wolt can convert here. And a nice spare by Wolt. He was here last year as well as a sophomore, a junior this year.
It's going to take everybody a little time to figure out the condition of the lanes.
Dorlog just slid it by. Really been bowling well as of late, has Dorlog.
20-pin lead for the strike here for Wisner.
Here's Drennan Hengst. Climbs the hill, not quite enough. So 67 through 5 for Wayne. And with a spare here, that lead would be nearly 20 pins. Back-to-back opens after a double by the Wayne Blue Devils.
Takes his time. It's a good idea to have a pre-shot routine.
Needs to get up a little bit. Doesn't quite convert. So that keeps it tight. 72-67, a 5-pin advantage by Wisner Pilger. So let's take a look then at the Class C singles event, which was held yesterday as part of the qualifying. Of course, these teams bowl 4 games in qualifying, and you see Corey Dorlog. We have Wayne, I believe. Corey Dorlog winning it all, 2010 state singles champion. Both of the Bizas are in the top 5, second and fourth. Here's a look on the right lane. Dawson Olness. Olness, the senior, averaging 165. Struck his first time up and leaves a 10-pin there. And there you go. There's looking at a couple of Wayne guys in there. Olness is in there as well as the 2 Bizas, and Corey Dorlog, who also obviously from Wayne. That slid by. So that was a look at your boys' C singles event.
Well, both teams, I think, just trying to get their feet underneath them, Larry, and trying to figure out lane condition pattern, but that's a great cross-lane spare. It's going to put Wayne back up and close to getting tied up here with Wisner Pilger.
Good shot. A nice carry by Matt Ferguson, the senior for Wisner Pilger. Good run by the Gators. Now up to try to answer for Wayne is Trevor Biza. Looking lefty, pointing right off the corner. Maybe a little bit too much reaction out there.
Yeah, he could probably stand to move in a couple boards, get the ball further inside away from the gutter, and that'll create a little more skid.
Crosses over and leaves the 5-pin. So that'll be left for Philip Wolt. Let's see how Biza handles the left side spare. Goes right up the left side and converts. Boy, that's a tough way to go about it, but he got it.
Yeah, took a little something off of it there, Larry, and increased the speed. Good look here at Philip Wolt. Just a little fast.
Good shot. Can he get it? Gets the 5-pin out of there, leaves the 3. Those Biza twins left-handed. Very aggressive, going right up those outside boards from that left side.
Good shot there. Just tough break, not carrying the 10. We saw with all the matches today, Larry, just the ability to pick up spares. Get in there and the ability to stay clean and not give pins away to the other team. So make sure and do that.
Right at it by
cover.
Trent Biza. Covered it up. So 3 consecutive spares by Wayne after back-to-back opens. And now Wisner finds itself down by 20. Good.
Oh, just
right at the last second fell off. So back-to-back opens, back-to-back single pin opens by Wisner Pilger. And Wayne very close to wrapping this up. So up now in the right lane for the Blue Devils will be Corey Dorlock. He was your 2010 state singles champion in Class C. Coach.
Good. Very, very low. Sorry, Larry. Low maintenance game there, right in the track area of the lane. Throws the ball right up the second arrow. Ball settles into the pocket. And that's going to pretty well clinch it here for Wayne, unless.
Good shot there.
Well, unless bad luck would happen in the 10th frame to him, but potential for Wisner Pilger, potential 147. So really just need some count here for Wayne, and he'll take the lead in game number 1.
And that should do it. There you go. Gets that 3-pin and the 10. Ooh, almost. Wobbled there, but that
Be
should
in the
do
150s, possibly 160. Now everybody seems to have settled in. Everybody seems to have found their spot on the lane to play. Good shot there by Tyson Waterman. He's the team leader, senior on the team. 1-2.
Averages 157. It has a high game this time with Waterman of 290. 290 last year at Hilltop Lanes. Here's another look at Tyson Waterman.
Nice release. Does hit up on the ball a little bit, but he's in that middle part of the lane where he can get the ball to skid. Great release. 147.
So he punches out of the 10th for a 147 for Wisner Pilger. And they'll close it out with a 163 for Wayne. So a 16-pin win by the Wayne Blue Devils in game number 1. Remember last year, Wayne won the showdown between these two teams. The Blue Devils in 5 games, 234 to 160. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in helping the effort to recognize high school bowling as a sanctioned varsity sport in Nebraska, please log on to NHSBF.com, NHSBF.com. Contact your school's athletic director. Let them know how important high school bowling is to you. 20 other high school athletic associations around the nation sanction high school bowling, including Iowa and Kansas. If you'd like to see the same happen in Nebraska, give your athletic director or your school administrators or school board a call and let them know it's important to you. So here's Trevor Biza now up in the right-hand lane. Wisner Pilger started out with the strike. Biza right at the boards again, a little bit too much reaction. Leaves that 7-pin.
Got a little fast there, Larry, as you saw Tyson Waterman at the foul line kind of bullwhipped that at the end there, fell away from the shot and got his feet a little fast, caused him to lose his ability to stay at the line and keep his leverage going, and leaves a split, but Wayne is going to let him get off the hook by missing that 7-pin. Cross lane. Oh, could have possibly slid the 2 into the 10.
So now up in the right lane, Dawson Olness.
Low maintenance game right in the track area of the lane, and he did pull that a little bit most of the time. He's been right around the 8th, 9th, 10th board. That time he was inside the second arrow.
Good shot. And the strike by Drennan Hengst or Wisner Pilger. So Wisner Pilger sandwiches that open with a couple of strikes in the first and third. And a good cover by the Blue Devils. Wisner Pilger pulling out of Wisner Lanes. Kathy Geese, the proprietor there, along with Gail. Krista Geese, the head coach of the Gators in her third year. Here's Josh Dorlock, senior, averaging 183, right up the outside boards. Had a little bit of mix there, but left the 8-pin. Here's Phil Wolt. Phil to cover up the single pin and just slides by it.
Boy, you just can't make those mistakes. I mean, I realize you're on TV and they're high school athletes and a lot of pressure, but boy, that's just throwing pins away, and we've seen it come back to bite teams when it comes to time to see who gets the big trophy or not.
And again,
that's another mistake.
Gives it right back to him.
Well, right now, I think everybody is trying to figure out who can squeeze the ball hard enough, Larry, because they're just a little tight here, and that's just an odd combination there on lane 27 for Wisner and Ferguson. Strike here by one of the lefties. One of the Biza lefties will go a long way into taking the pressure off Wayne, but well, they both have a great arm swing, straight arm swing, but they've got just such speed. Doesn't give the ball a lot of time to finish, but
Ferguson trying to convert and can't, leave the 5-10. So Wisner Pilger with just 2 marks through the first 5 frames. And a good cover there by Biza. And now the other twin, Trevor Biza, will be up to finish out his 5th frame before they switch lanes.
Watch the footwork here of Trevor. Want to keep your feet pointing towards your slide area, and he does a good job that way. Stays in balance at the line and made a little move, a couple boards right there, Larry, into the oil, and a ball held pocket.
It was a good move. Good move, and got that 6-pin tripping forward. There's a look at your score through 5. I want to remind you that you can preserve these great championship memories forever with a DVD copy of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation Championships. For a copy of the NHSBF Championships, log on to NHSBF.com. Just follow the links into the store, and you'll be able to order a DVD that will last you for a lifetime of these high school boys championships.
Got a break there for Wisner Pilger. Tyson Waterman, I'm sorry, kicking out that 9-pin, making the 3-6-10 a little more makeable. And boy, Wayne just can't get out of their own way right now.
Right through the heart.
Had the lead there, but they're going to give it back.
And a chop. Boy, he takes that 3-pin right off the 6-10. So Wisner with 70 through 6 frames. Wayne covers that up. 85, so a 15-pin lead by the Blue Devils, who lead it 1-0 here in this best-of-5 Baker format. Of course, the Baker format, each bowler gets to bowl 2 frames, unless here in Class C, it's 2 players actually get to bowl 3 frames. The guys who bowl 1st and 2nd will bowl 3 times, including the 9th and 10th.
There you go.
Good shot by Josh Dorlock.
Wake everybody up here. That'll put Wayne back into the lead. Actually, it'll increase their lead, Larry, to 25.
And now we're getting to the point where you really have to convert your spares if you're Wisner Pilger. That needs to slide, and it does. So now up on the left lane, Trent Biza.
More speed off the corner and stays.
Great shot.
A lot faster than the last time he bowled, and that is the reason why the ball held pocket.
Big double by the Blue Devils. That will open that lead up now to 25 pins.
Strike needed badly here by Wisner. Oh, just good shot. Touch high, broke up the 4-9. Three-bagger here by Wayne will pretty much stab Wisner in the heart for this game. A little softer speed there. It's got a whole pocket, and see it does not. I'm not paying attention to the miles per hour we have at our use here, Larry, but that was significantly slower than his brother, and they're identical bowlers, really. Just the long left arm swing, playing in the same spot, both lefties, and oh my goodness sakes. Shake their head in disbelief here that the spare shooting has not been as good as they need to, and it's going to come back. So Philip Wolt there sitting down dejected, but still alive, and the other team gives it right back. Larry, it's like watching you and I on the golf course, you know.
Or in life.
We
a lot of whiffs.
Yeah, a lot of whiffs. Tell you, we went over plenty of times, haven't we? No, I tell you what, that's part of growing up, a part of learning how to bowl, and a little bit of it is the culture change in bowling. And I'm probably a little older than you, so it goes back to the days when you practiced a lot and you learned to earn your strikes based on how well you threw the ball and how good and how much you could repeat good shot making.
And how to read the lanes and move into the right part of the lane.
Exactly, and to use golf again as a comparison, a lot of times you get on the tee box, and if you start hitting it bad off the tee instead of going to the range, you go get a different driver that's the size of a mailbox at the end of a stick, and then you hit it better for a while. And bowling has kind of gotten to be that same way with the invention of these high-tech bowling balls with the unbelievable cores inside of them, where you have to be an astrophysicist to know how to lay it out and drill them. You can find a layout in the ball surface and a particular cover stock that can accomplish elimination of practice, but not all that helps you when it comes to spare shooting.
Here's Dylan Whelan into the game. His first appearance. Whelan crosses over, leaves the 5-pin, but that'll be plenty enough for Wayne as they shoot 161 in game number 2. And here's Tanner Schmidt for the Gators of Wisner Pilger. So Tanner seeing his first action as well, trying to pick up the spare, and he got it. A good cover by Tanner, and that'll give Wisner Pilger a possible 127. Wayne already in the clubhouse at 161.
Well, at this point, with Tanner up there, if Tanner gets up there and can hit the pocket and looks like he can pick up a spare, I'd leave Tanner in.
Yeah.
Tanner's the sophomore on the team, obviously earning his time on the team, going to work his way up the ladder. That's a good release by Tanner. Kind of fell away from the shot there a little bit, which caused him to be inaccurate. But 2-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
161, 124. So the Gators find themselves down 2 games to none. Here's looking to score 61 to 124. Hey, I want to remind you that if you'd like to help the effort to sanction high school bowling or recognize it in Nebraska, please log on to NHSBF.com. Contact your school's athletic director. Let them know how important high school bowling is to you. You can get all the information on the progress that the NHSBF has been making throughout the years over the last 7 years of these state high school championships. You can find it all by going to that website right there, NHSBF.com. Be able to take a look at standings from the districts. Up comes off the wall. Trips the 2-pin and gets a strike. All the standings are there. Information for parents and for students. It's even information on there for athletic directors, a store. You can get a DVD. Check it out. NHSBF.com.
Wisner Pilger guys here just seem disjointed. They just seem like the rhythm's off. It's just one of those things where you need to be comfortable on the lane. Another good shot.
Very good shot there
by Dawson Oldens. Dawson's going to senior going into the Army after this, and I remember him last year as he won the state championship with the Blue Devils in 2009. And
yep.
He's left a couple 10 pins and picked them up, so we'll see how he does cross lane. A spare here is almost as good as a double because you just don't know how many more open frames you're going to see. This young man here for Wisner throws the ball really good. Tyson Waterman just couldn't get the ball back up to the pocket.
So now up on the left lane is Corey Dorlog, and Coach Dusty Baker said he's been bowling very well as of late. Shot a 746 just 4 weeks ago. It's that one right in there. Much smoother delivery there, slowed down, nice pace, good shot by Corey Dorlog, and that's why he was the 2010 state singles champ here in Class C.
Oh my, that had a little snap to it, didn't it?
Spins it right by the 2-pin. He didn't expect that either. The first open for the Gators here in game number 3. Now Blue Devils can really put it to the throat with a strike here. There's the 5-8.
Well, it's simple. Wisner's got to strike. If they're going to continue to let their spare shooting suffer, they have to strike. So this young man here needs to put it right where it needs to be, and it does. Leaves the 5 just finishing a little late. That's Corey Dorla, or excuse me, that's Drennan Hingst.
And got it. Tried to miss it right. Just held on.
Well, it's spare shooting time too, so no more mistakes, no more shooting yourself in the foot for Wisner Pilger.
Don't count the Gators out. They're a team that bowls well in Baker competition. The last 2 years, they've been the number 8 seed in Class C. This year, they were the number 3 seed after the qualifying. They were, last year, they were the number 8 seed, came all the way back. This year, they were the 3rd seed. Wisner Pilger knocked off Centura 3-2 in a first round, and then beat Burwell 3-2. So they're used to going to 5 games. The previous 2 to get here went 5. They won them both 3-2. As Wolt goes right through the nose, leaves the 3-pin.
Well, time's running out though, Larry. They've got about a half a game left here to take the lead. Right now they're down by about 33. Soon to be 43 if Wayne can throw another strike and string a double here. So 3-pin spare, just use your strike line and take a little off it.
And Wayne here at the tournament, the Blue Devils, clearly the class of the tournament. They finished in first place by more than 100 pins on the second place leader. And then in that bracketed Baker-style format, they swept both of the teams they played 3-0. So they have yet to lose a Baker game here at the state tournament.
Could be sweep, sweep, sweep here. Yep. Wisner's got to get it going here. Down the middle, that's going to be left of the pocket. Choppable. These two teams, as we said earlier at the opening, Larry, know each other very well. Just both, just a hop, skip, and a jump between Wisner and Wayne. Both proprietors, coaches of the teams. Dusty Baker, head coach of Wayne High School Blue Devils, proprietor of Melody Lanes in Wayne.
15-pin lead right now by the Blue Devils over Wisner Pilger. And a reminder again, you can pick up all your championship apparel at Nebraska High School Bowling Federation's website. That's NHSBF.com.
I think what you're seeing now with Wisner is you're seeing them over adjust for the lubricity on the lanes.
The what?
Lubricity, Larry.
You know, that's an old term.
You're an educated guy, Larry. You're on TV every time you turn the TV on.
I think you have to be.
You're on there. You ought to know these terms.
Mr. Simpic, I think you have to be at least 50 to use that term.
I'm not there yet, but you know, the
Got to be awful close.
My buddy Bo Burton once said on the PBA Tour that the lubricity of the lane surface can cause you to pull your hair out of your head. And, you know, I would have to say that these youngsters in Wisner Pilger, this might be happening because they seem to be scared of letting the ball off their hand and go to the right for fear that it's not going to return and hook back to the pocket. So you're seeing a lot of shots now pulled. Now that shot there is right where you need to put it, right there.
Great shot. Nice ball by Drennan Hengst.
You know, the wear and tear in a bowling lane, even a synthetic bowling lane, if the place you folks bowl out there in TV land has synthetic lanes or wood lanes, especially the right-hand side, there's an area called the track, and 90% of the bowlers in America are right-handed, so a track is worn into the lane. It's a worn area where the friction of the bowling ball can actually just wear into the lane. Even a synthetic lane can develop a track. And that is typically around that second arrow, the second diamond on the right from the lane. There are 7 arrows on the lane, and you typically start in that track area if you're a right-hander. If you find that the ball is not hooking from around that second arrow area, you typically move out towards the edge where there, in most places, have less oil or less lubricity, Larry. And if the ball hooks a little too much in that area, you begin to move your feet and you target inside to try to find more conditioner to slow the hook down. So that's where you start at, but you know, a lot of oil in the center part of the lane here at Sun Valley Lane. So I just think their guys are just uncomfortable with where their mark is on the lane, and just another missed spare. Too bad.
Really disturbed by the lubricity. But I guess if you hung around guys like Carmen Salvino and Dick Weber and Earl Anthony in your time and generation back then, you probably you're familiar with that. But
you're not too much. You're not that much younger than me, Putney. So you remember those guys, but
I do remember those guys.
Right now, the Blue Devils are I'm not going to say on cruise control, but they're close to wrapping this up in a sweep. I was going to say that a strike was needed there to keep things honest, but
right now it looks like Wayne is pacing at about a 198. They haven't had an open frame yet, and they continue to not have an open frame. Pacing means given strike spare the rest of the way out, they would shoot 198. Wisner Pilger, the best they can shoot now is 182.
Oh, just about.
Good cover.
Hooked by. Stays there. So potentially for Wayne, as you said, Larry, on a 198 pace. This is a strike. Is pretty much it. Yeah.
Got it. Got that 6'10" to trip and fall, and a great shot by Trent Biza.
182, best score for Wisner here.
And that does it.
Yeah. So
168, the best they can shoot now, and Wayne already has 168 exactly. So if he keeps it on the lane, Wayne is your state champ. And he did. So for the second consecutive year, the Wayne Blue Devils take home the state championship. Dusty Baker's squad comes in here and sweeps its way through the state championship. They led it after qualifying, better than 100 pins over Burwell and 300 pins over third place Wisner Pilger. And then they go into the Baker competition. In the first round, Wayne knocks off Plainview 3-0. Then they face Doniphan, beat them 3-0. And here in the state championship, Wayne steps up and hands it to the Wisner Pilger Gators once again, 3-0. It's a pretty nice Class C team here. Very talented. Both the Trent and Trevor Biza will be back next year. Corey Dorlog is just a sophomore. He'll be back. I think we might see the Wayne Blue Devils back here in the Class C state championships again. Is that a two-handed?
Well, it wasn't two-handed, but it was one-handed.
Was it?
That was Joey Murin coming in, Murin off the bench.
So a great shot by Murin to close it out. 2:19. The final by Wayne. And the Blue Devils knock off the Gators. They're state champs. And welcome back to Sun Valley Lanes. There's the proprietor at Sun Valley, John Lucido, also the commissioner of the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation. Wayne knocks off Wisner Pilger in 3 straight. And now for an interview with the Blue Devils champion Dawson Olness and Coach Dusty Baker, here's Steve Simpek.
Dawson, congratulations, Dusty. You guys get the repeat here 2 years in a row. And, young man, I watched you bowl last year and this year, and I hear you're heading off into the Army. What does it feel like to win back-to-back state championships?
Feels pretty good. Congratulate all the team. They did a good job. It's hard for a freshman or sophomore to come around because Corey Dorlag actually won the state singles title. It was a nice job for him to come around this year. He did a nice job. I'd like a round of applause for Corey, please. Because nice job he did there.
What's the difference between this year and last year, real quick?
I think that we have more confidence in our team this year, just because last year we won the state title, so we had other people that was on our team that was just ready to bowl, and we were ready to be here.
And you guys did not lose a match in the Baker matches. You didn't lose a game, I should say, throughout the whole tournament. Is that right, Dusty?
No, we didn't. They bowled pretty well.
Well, what do you do in the lanes up there in Wayne to make these guys just great bowlers?
I don't know. They just love to bowl. They're up there all the time, and they're just putting in the effort to get it done.
Well, congratulations, guys, on the repeat. Larry, back to you. The Wayne Blue Devils back-to-back state champions for this year in the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation State Tournament.
All right, thanks very much, Stephen. Once again, congratulations to the Wayne Blue Devils. Now for the presentation of the medals and the trophy, let's go to our public address announcer. Here's Craig Carver.
Let's have another round of applause for all the participants in today's state championship match. And now for the trophy and medal presentation. First, the 2010 Boys Class C State Runner-Up Wisner Pilger Gators. Assistant Coach Kathy Geese and the head coach Krista Geese. Tyson Waterman. Philip Wolt. Drennan Hinkst. Matt Ferguson. Tanner Schmidt. Congratulations on a great season, and here's your runner-up trophy. And now for your boys Class C 2010 state champion Wayne Blue Devils. Assistant coach Justin Cunningham and head coach Dusty Baker. Dawson Olness. Trent Biza. Trevor Biza. Corey Dorlag. Josh Dorlag. Dylan Wieland. Joey Mirren. Congratulations, gentlemen, and here's your 2010 Nebraska State Championship trophy.
And once again, congratulations to the Wayne Blue Devils, state champs in Class C, and that wraps it up for a day long of state championships on NET Sports. Once again, taking a look at the champs. Lee in Class D, Pius 10th winning Class B, Elkhorn in A, and Wayne in Class C. Thanks so much to all of you for joining us throughout the day. We crowned 8 state champs in the Nebraska High School Bowling Federation today. For Steve Sempeck, I'm Larry Putney, and for our entire NET Sports production crew, thanks so much for joining us. It's been great. We'll see you next year on NET Sports.